Awesome. If you guys could all be seated right now, that'd be awesome. Thank you. So first, I would like to invite the advisors up to come talk about changes to the meeting question and attendance. Sorry.
That's okay. You have to hold it up. Oh, God, forget it. I'll just do my hand. I'll wash my hands later. Hi, everybody. How are you? Hope everybody's having a good day. So we wanted to announce some changes to the attendance policy. A few weeks back, we decided to change, and instead of the hybrid, we're having the, in-person every week. And then we have people attending here virtually. What we noticed on the YouTube views of the recorded meeting was really maybe under 25 people were actually watching the video. And this was a little concerning to the three of us because, we feel that we're trying to do something here. Obviously, we're dealing with doing student government during a pandemic. And for people that are really not watching the video and maybe getting, I don't know how they're doing it, but it's obviously they're not getting answers from watching the video. We want people that are very committed to the club. And so we're announcing a few changes to our attendance policy.
So going forward, we are going to have any individual who is virtual live, like they're watching virtually right now. If you turn your camera on, you have to keep your camera on the entire meeting. So those of you online right now, I would turn your cameras on because you will no longer have the responsibility of completing any kind of question or assignment after the meeting itself for your credit, your attendance credit. So if you turn your video camera on and we see that you're there, we see you're there for the entire meeting, you're going to get normal attendance credit. We don't care if you're on the bus right now. We don't care if you are in the library. We don't care where you're at in the building or at home. We just need to see that you're there so that we can give you attendance credit and that you're listening to the actual meeting. But for those of you who are not able to attend the meeting live, or virtual live, we are asking you to now, instead of just answer one question with like what the big takeaway is, you're going to have to answer in a paragraph format. So the question will be something along the lines of, you have to identify and discuss 3 different things that were discussed at the meeting. And then you also have to provide a new idea, something different that you would like student government to at least investigate getting involved in or taking on this year. We are going to be running originality reports. We just suspect that people are getting answers from either people who were here in person or other people that have watched the video. We're just trying to make it so that everyone is getting the attendance credit that they deserve. It's, as Mrs. Kramer was saying, it's an abnormal year. We are trying to do everything we possibly can to be as amenable as possible, to be as flexible as possible, to fit everyone's needs. But at the same time, we don't think it's right for people to be getting credit for student government and being in good standing if they're not actually doing the same thing as other members, or at least upholding the expectations. Those of you who are here in person and are now coming in person every week, you're a part of this meeting and you're collaborating, you're bringing ideas. We want those members who are virtual to have that same kind of experience and to be interacting with us in the same kind of way, even if it's not jumping in online and unmuting themselves during a live meeting, even if it's just answering questions and submitting new ideas online after the meeting itself. And then additionally, you want to talk about the deadlines?
No, you go ahead.
So the deadline is Monday. So you guys, I post the videos typically on Thursday or Friday morning. If I happen to post it really late, I'll make the deadline later than Monday. But the deadline is Monday before 11:59 p.m. If you're not getting it done before 11:59 p.m. on Monday, you've missed credit for that week. You are not going to be getting credit for, I saw some people, Mrs. Kramer, Mrs. Edgar saw some members who were just like back jumping and, oh, okay, I need to do something for these days. And so they did like a month's worth of meetings in one day. So we're not doing that anymore either. So you have to get it done on time. If it's late, unless there's some extenuating circumstance that you reach out to us or the board members about, you're not going to be getting attendance credit for your submission. Does anyone have any questions? And just as always, for those of you who are in person, if for some reason you're not able to be here for the day, you can still do the virtual option. If you can't do virtual live, you can do watch the meeting later on once it's posted, and you can answer the questions. This really shouldn't be too big of an ask. Our meetings in the past used to be around 45 minutes. Our meetings now are typically less than a half hour. So, I mean, we had one long meeting last week because you guys did an awesome job. We're super great with the town hall, which we are super appreciative of, and I'm sure Mr. Bernhardt is appreciative of. But other than that, our meetings are typically fairly short. So please watch the videos that we are posting so that you can stay abreast of what's going on with student government. And then you can also, oh, okay, this is what they're thinking of doing. Maybe we can put a little twist on that and do it for this, or we could do a different kind of idea at this time of year. So if anyone has questions, please let us know. But otherwise, I think those are the changes that we're making as of right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Jeff, you might have to remind a few people that just came in to put their cameras on.
Cool. If anyone is just tuning in virtually, please turn your camera on. Alexa, you got all the names, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just gonna wait for them.
Okay, cool. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is good standing. So I think everyone who left a private comment not last week's meeting, but the meeting before that, I think we all responded to you guys with how many points you had and whether or not you were in good standing. So I first want to talk about the benefits of good standing for anyone who's not in good standing and why you should desire to be in good standing. So first, the first benefit of being in good standing is if you are in good standing for 3 years straight, every quarter, actually by the end of the year for 3 years straight, at graduation, you get these like special cords you get to wear, which is pretty cool. The second thing is in order to vote for any student government election, you have to be in good standing. And the third, and I think the most important reason to be in good standing is in order to write student government on any application for NHS, anything, any leadership distinction, you must be in good standing in order for that to be written on there. And so I also wanted to go over opportunities for points moving forward for anyone that's not in good standing right now and really wants to be in good standing. So we have 2 new opportunities for points that I'm going to be talking about later in the meeting, but everyone should make sure they have their commitment packets in or on all the social media pages. What else? Yeah, you guys can do the staff spotlight thing. You can get up to 8 points for that. The what? Yeah, the Remind app. Make sure you're on Remind. And I think that itself, if you do like staff spotlight, the commitment packet, sign up for all the social medias, that's already like 11 points right there. And you only need 15 for the quarter. And you also get 2 points for any meeting that you go to. So if anyone has any questions about points, please let me know. Because I had a bunch this week. Anyone else have a question? Anyone virtual have any questions about points? Anyone here have any questions about like the benefit? Richard has a question?
Somebody raise their hand.
How do I find out if I'm in good standing? So if you're attending virtually, okay. All right, cool. So if you're attending virtually, just leave a private comment on the meeting question for this week, and we will get back to you and let you know. And if you have 15 points for the first quarter, you're in good standing. It's going to be 15 points per quarter this year, which is way less than it has been previous years because we don't have any more like required mandatory student government events like Trick or Treat Street or Homecoming this year. So yeah, you can unmute Jordan if you want to ask something. Or you can leave it in the chat. Don't look at your ears, man. Keep going? All right. Anyone here have any questions about like the benefits of good standing? Was I like clear on that, guys? All right, cool. So the next thing we have on the list is the electric light parade. So this year, the electric light parade is going to be a drive-through event at Ward Melville on December 13th, and we are going to be making a sign for it. So we're going to need ideas for a design for the sign, and we're also going to need people to design the sign. So what we're going to be doing is you can submit an idea for the design by Tuesday night on Google Classroom. Like you can make a drawing, submit it, and we're going to look over it. And also we're going to need people at next week's meeting to actually make the board or the sign. So is anyone here like very
Next week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, my bad, 2 weeks.
And it's for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
So 2 weeks in a row.
All right, so we'll be working on that sign 2 weeks in a row. So it's like anyone here like very artistic that's like able to like work on the sign?
There's Aaron Cohen.
Is Aaron Cohen here? Aaron Cohen, can you come to the meeting in 2 weeks to work on the sign?
And maybe the design.
I'm online. Is there any way? All right, thank you. Yeah. So whoever works on the sign, we'll be giving 3 points, whatever day you guys come work on the sign. And also, if you submit, I think we're making it due Tuesday by the end of the day next week. If you submit a design for the sign, you also get 3 points. And it has to be like a legitimate design. You can't just like go online and just like copy and paste like the Ward Melville logo. Like you actually have to like draw something up.
The electric light parade is typically like winter themed. So if you're gonna do a design, you might want to do something that's winter themed. You can also tie in the school if you want, but it's typically winter themed.
Cool. Does anyone have any questions virtually or here about the electric light parade? And we're also probably going to do, if you actually attend the electric light parade and like take a video of yourself there or like a picture of yourself there, we'll also give you points for that. So next up, I would like to bring up Jack and Drew Nicholson to talk about their leadership project. I'll talk about the opportunity for points after you guys talk about this if you want.
How does this thing work?
You just push that up and talk. Just make sure you guys are on the camera.
All right. So for our project, we're going to be sending letters to a senior home, and it's this is just very important that we felt like it would be very like beneficial for them to get letters at this time because they've been like solitary for so long, and we've all been in quarantine like for like a few months, and they've been in it for an ongoing time. They've seen very little people, and it'd be very important to them and mean a lot to them to get a letter for the holidays. So for our idea was that we put together a template for you guys to kind of follow. We gave a few sentence starters where you use. Don't just go down the line and just copy them all. Just try to make it original. It's very important that you are
Genuine.
Yeah, genuine and heartfelt in this, because it would mean a lot to them. Don't just put a little bit of effort in, because this is gonna be someone's grandparent. And if you imagine you're writing to your own grandparent. If you're not gonna take this seriously, please just don't do it. And we're just gonna be checking them to make sure that all things are followed. The next important thing is that while you do want to be very genuine, you don't want to be too specific about yourself. Make sure you don't add your last name or any religions or address, because for not only safety reasons, but
Because it's linked. Here, I can do it. You just push down.
push up.
Because it's a link to the school and HIPAA laws, you can't actually add anything that can be traced back to you. You can only add your first name. You can't have your, like he said, no last names or anything, because it's linked to the school now. This is supposed to obviously have some effort in it, like Drew said. There's people who have been restricted visitation. Quarantine has been hard on all of us, and it's definitely hard on them.
Okay. So another thing was that they really like art, and at the bottom of the template, I said, try to draw your best turkey. It can be a hand turkey. Just try to put something in there, because even if you're not good at drawing, I'm sure they'll love to see a crude turkey or something. And you have to make sure it's like a friendly letter. It's kind of a letter to a friend, because it just means much more that way. Let me just make sure I got all the points. Okay.
You don't need to follow the template exactly. It's more of a way just to show you if you have nothing to write about. You can go wherever you want, but obviously make sure it's appropriate. That goes into the fact that it's not really for jokes. It's really just supposed to be sentimental and help brighten someone's day. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, so Jack and Drew's idea is actually like a great leadership service project, and it's even better because it actually involves like all of you guys. And so what we're going to be doing is, if you guys want to write a letter and help them out, we're bring 2 points a letter with like a maximum of like 3 letters that you can write. So you get up to 6 points if you want to submit a letter. Do you guys want to talk about like when you guys are available for that?
Say, they can write more than 3 letters, they're just only going to get
Yeah.
6 points.
You guys can write more
Write
than
as
3
many as
letters.
you want.
Yeah, write as many as you want,
More
but
the
the
better.
maximum you can get is 6 points. And again, like I said, this is an amazing leadership service project and a great example for everyone.
All right, as for collection, me and my brother and I, we're in the cafeteria in the morning. From the time we get off the bus around, what is it, like
Until the bell
6:40?
goes.
6:40
I'm
to
until the
7.
bell goes.
Yeah, so we're in
First
here
bell.
from 6:40 to when
First
the
bell.
warning bell goes off. So we'll be here Friday and Monday. And we'll also have them put our emails on the Google Classroom. So if anyone needs any special accommodations, we'll try our best to get them from you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. So all that information is also going to be posted on Google Classroom. So anyone who's virtual can also do that.
Gentlemen, would they be able to, like, if they're virtual, can they email it to you and you could maybe print it out in the school library? Is that okay?
Yeah, for the people that are virtual, yeah.
All right, excellent.
So for the people that are virtual, they can also email the letters to them and they can print them out.
Oh, yeah, but one thing is, that is only for people who have no other option, because it would be much more to them if it's handwritten, because, handwriting is much more, it looks much more, nice and.
Personal.
Yeah. So we'll do, you actually, so what's the last day you guys are going to be accepting letters?
I mean, we're hoping that it's gonna be Monday's the last day. I still have to try to figure out like the date that we drop it off to them, but
Okay.
I mean Monday, but I'll have to say.
Okay, so it's probably going to be Monday morning is going to be the last day, but we'll also make announcements in Google Classroom. So
They could also, just so you, gentlemen, if you want, we can also have members dropping them off in maybe our rooms.
Yeah, I know.
And then one of you guys can just
Pick
come
them
in
up.
and pick them up from
That
us.
sounds good.
So we're saying Monday is the latest day?
Monday.
So Monday, and then that would give them an opportunity on Tuesday to come pick it up. So
Mhm.
if you want to tell our room numbers, Mrs. Kramer's in 224.
So Mrs. Kramer is in room 224 and Miss Chow is in room 231 if you want to drop
And
the
Mrs.
letter.
Edgar's in 235.
And Miss Eggers in 235 if you guys want to drop off the letters to their rooms at any time. And also I'd like to reiterate, you have to actually be a virtual student, like going to school if you want to email letters to them. If you are like an in-person like student here at Ward Melville, you have to drop the letters off.
And it would be ideal, even if you are virtual, as they're saying, like they would ideally like something that's handwritten and possibly that has some kind of drawing on it if you can. So if you are virtual, if maybe you can handwrite it and do a little drawing, but then either scan it or take like a picture and email that to them, so that can be what is printed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just said one last thing.
Yeah, they got one last thing to say.
So, I mean, I'm not really an artistic person. So for projects, I like to, even if it is just that you print out pictures, you find a picture of a turkey online, you cut it out, paste it in there, maybe like a leaf, paste it in there. Just, it doesn't necessarily have to be drawing if you're not necessarily comfortable really drawing something, but really try to make it either like colorful, like really put a lot of effort into this because it's going to mean a lot to them when they get it.
Thank you.
Mention that's a great idea for points.
Yeah, and it's also a great idea for points. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of people were very worried about being in good standing. This is a great opportunity for points. The electric light parade thing is a great opportunity for points. So we encourage everyone to participate in this. Does anyone have any questions on this? Any questions for like Jack and Drew? They can answer. Anyone virtual have any questions? That was all I
These
had.
are the types of leadership service projects that are really great. So hopefully, listen to what they're doing. This might spark an idea for yourselves, for your own leadership service projects. Remember, everyone needs to do one, or if you want a group that does one. So consider, start thinking about, especially now with everything that's going on, there are a lot of ways to help the community.
You guys, that's all I had. Cool. All right, guys, we're gonna dismiss for today. Make sure when you guys are leaving, you guys stay socially distant, and thank you guys.
Oh, and there's no meeting next week.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
There is not gonna be a meeting next week, and make sure you guys check Google Classroom for any updates. Thank you.